All right, welcome in everybody. This is a full zodiac round for mid-April. This is a little bit of an update or like a heads up of what's going on in the mid-month. So I'm going to go from Taurus. We're moving into Taurus season. I'm going to go from Taurus all the way around to Aries. All the readings are chapterized and time coded. All of that below, everywhere, time code everywhere. Okay, so let's start off with Taurus. Let's see what's going on for you guys. This might be a love reading or an abundance reading. I just want to get a sense of energy for Taurus. In the extendeds, I could choose to do a love reading if that's what's showing up front, or I could just do a different kind of extended. So it'll be a little bit of a, depending on what shows up first. Okay, so you'll see. You'll see. All right, Taurus, what's going on for you, my darling? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Feel free to swap around the energies as always. I could be talking to a cross-watcher here, so let's talk about Taurus for a second. Seven of Swords underneath. Showing up as the Six of Swords. I've been seeing this for Taurus for a while here. Empress. Page of Wands. World. Justice. Ten of Pentacles, and the Sun. Oh, that's a beautiful energy. So first of all, Taurus, you do show up in this Empress card. This is almost like not putting up with people who have been lying to you or cheating on you or anything like that. We're like done, 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 done. Okay? That is the past. Moving toward the Empress energy. Really standing in your own power. Empress is Taurus and Libra. As I do this reading, we are in the energy of the full moon in Libra, so that's really a nice balancing energy. I feel like this is also a message coming in that are going to be inspirational to you. So this could be career related, could be love related. I am seeing some financial, beautiful energy here. I'm seeing some happiness, and here's Libra again. So Taurus, you could be dealing with a Libra or a Leo. The fixed signs are showing up here. Here's Leo again. Here you are, Taurus. And we're also dealing with Scorpio and Aquarius. So I'm going to say Libra, Leo, Scorpio, or an Aquarius you could be dealing with here. This is a time for, some of you might have the experience of ending a thing because it's not good for you, or you're like, I'm finally done with it, right? Seven of Swords. I'm finally done with whatever has been happening behind my back. I'm done with being in this experience or this relationship, this job, and I'm just going to like cut and run. Okay, you're just going to go towards what is self-loving to you, Taurus. And it makes sense because we are in the energy of North Node in Taurus right now for the next year and a half. And so that is about what we value. So you might be actively shifting your values. You might have been married to a person who was, kind of a bully or kind of a jerk, but you thought that was what was needed in order for you to feel like you were alive, right? It's an old pattern that you were reviving. You could be married to someone who's a cheater. You could be married to someone who's a bully. You could be in a job with a boss that's not good. And I feel like you're finally choosing yourself. Taurus is finally choosing themselves. This is very inspirational to you. You might come across a teacher or a healer or a guide or somebody who just says something that opens your eyes. And you're like, oh, I got to keep moving. I got to move towards something that's loving to self and balanced and worthwhile, worthy of spending the time. World, Justice, Ten of Pentacles. It doesn't take much here because all I see is this little old Page of Wands to get you to happiness. You are that close. All you have to do is take this one action, and it's a self-loving kind of action. That's all you got to do. And you're going to move towards something that's much happier for you. So I'm going to look at Scorpio and Aquarius, Libra and Leo. I'm going to look at those four signs in the extended. I'm going to keep going. This does feel like, at the very least, this is about you choosing you. Okay, so we're going to keep going. If this is your reading, there's a link below for Taurus, and I'm going to move on to the Gemini reading. So if you want to go see the Taurus one, the link is below. I'll see you over there. All right. Oop, boing, boing, boing. Hi, Gemini. How are you? Welcome in. Let's see what's going on for Gemini. This is your mid-April update. Let's see what's happening for you. Gonna do that new spread. Well, let's just see. Let's see what comes up. Yes. Okay. All right. We got it. We got it, baby. Let's see what's going on here for Gemini. What is going on here for Gemini? All right. Your greatest work is your legendary legacy. Trust and act accordingly. Been getting that a little bit. And thus one journeys to the stars. So, there's something that wants to come in here that is maybe a stretch, okay? Something wants to come in that is, not in your daily round. It might be a job opportunity that's, really a stretch, or it might be after a long time of kind of malaise around your love life, something, all of a sudden just pops up, okay? This is... because you have put in so much time and effort working on yourself and doing the work, it's all of a sudden like, oh, the flowers are popping up, right? You've done the gardening work, you've done the prep work, and what do you know? Those hyacinths are making their presence known. What do you know? How about that? Isn't that fun how that works? All right, there's a little something like that. So let's see where we go here for you, Gemini. I feel like it's been a bit of a slog here. You've really put in a lot of time and effort into yourself or into, growing a business or working on a particular issue. And maybe you have felt like, okay, nothing's going to come of this. I've sent out a million resumes. I've sent out all kinds of stuff and nothing's going to come of this. You might feel like kind of at the end of your tether here. So let's see. Knight of Swords underneath. Strength. This requires some patience. All right. Underneath, it's like, come on, let's go. Let's get going. And you're showing up as the strength. 6 of Wands. I like that very much. This is absolute victory. Okay. So that's the situation you have around you. 5 of Wands, 7 of Swords, Tower, Star, and the Queen of Swords. There you are. All right. So I feel like you've put a lot of time and effort into something, and there's an impediment from other energies that you don't know about that is going to be blown to bits so you can move forward. Okay? It does feel to me like there's massive amounts of healing that want to happen. I feel like you've put in the time and effort and you don't see any results. It's like, oh God, what is going on here? There's something blocking it. 5 of Wands is a bit of a collective energy. 5 of Wands is about other people. 5 of Wands is about conflict. Okay. And you're definitely overcoming this conflict, but there's something going on behind the scenes that you just don't know about. And it's not about you being able to do anything about it. The Tower is going to blast that away. So whatever secrets are being kept from you, I see Leo here. I see Aquarius. Whatever secrets are being kept from you, let's clarify the secrets here. That's coming out. And the good news is I like that the card after the Tower is the Star. Healing. It's almost like a wound has been allowed to kind of get infected, and this is like we're lancing this. We're getting rid of the infection. It's got to come to light so that we can move forward with clarity. There's something here going on that you don't know about. All right. So what is that? 7 of Swords. What is going on here that you don't know about? Hermit, Ace of Wands, 8 of Wands, and the 2 of Wands. So this has to do with manifestation. I feel like whatever you've been manifesting is coming in. Some of you have been really kind of on your own like not really letting people in, sort of being, kind of to yourself. And I like the fact that there's inspiration coming in here, the Ace of Wands, the Eight of Wands, that allows you to make some choices. You've done your time. Okay, you've done the time. Hermit, definitely could be a Virgo person that you've been dealing with. But there is some wisdom that still needs to appear. And no amount of effort or strength or power or anything like that will reveal it. It's being revealed in its own time. And that's what's happening right now. The Tower is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tower is the timing card. And Tower is right now. Whenever I see the Tower, this is happening right now. Seven of Wands. It's possible this might just be for a small number of you within the next 7 days, 5 to 7 days. Seven of Swords, right? 7 days. This could be a spiritual awakening, or this could be a spiritual like bolt from the blue that suddenly you're like, oh, now I get it. So it might not be from other people. I mean, for some of you, there might be some secrets being kept back from you. And no matter how hard you work, like it's not moving. And some of you are now getting this inspiration of like, oh, I've been working on the wrong thing. I've been trying to push this. And, I do a spiritual business class, and sometimes people, really pound away at something. And it's like, okay, can you just turn your attention to something else? And then this works. Okay. It's like, it's the pounding effort that isn't allowing whatever you are trying to manifest to come, because that's effectively resistance. So it's time to shift into this internal energy of, okay, because this is resistance. 7 of Wands and 5 of Wands is resistance. So you're putting in the time and effort, but it's like counterproductive. It's a little counterproductive. Okay, there's definitely some inspiration coming in along those lines. Ace of Wands in the Tower. Like, oh, this is how this works. Oh, I get it. All right, so I'm going to continue on the star. Let's see, Aquarius, Leo, and Virgo. I'll take a look at those if those are part of your life. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Those might be new people coming in. We'll see. All right, let's take a look at those. The link is below if you want to continue on. Gemini, I'll see you over there. Well, hello, Cancer. How are you, Cancerians? Let's see what you're doing. What is happening with you? This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is mid-April. What is going on for you guys? Feel free to swap around the energies. As always, I could be talking to a cross-watcher, so just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Any zodiac signs that do show up, I will explore them in the extended. All right, what's happening for you? Here we go. Cancerians. Oh, I love this card. Every cycle is a higher opportunity. Enter one step forward, one step onward. Notice the theme here of like the labyrinth. This is kind of like a spiral. Going up the spiral here. Your 111-year-old self. Oh, absolutely. This is like a path of wisdom. This is a labyrinth. There's something here about the labyrinth. Right? You're getting some new opportunities. And your 111-year-old self, that is really about wisdom. So you're growing in wisdom. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Keep doing it, all right? Let's see. Keep doing it. All right. Temperance. Could you be dealing with a Sag? Might be. 8 of Swords. Page of Pentacles. Death or a Scorpio. King of Wands, baby. Knight of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles. All right, I'm not going to let that stand. 2 of Pentacles. Okay, so some of you might be moving away from a career. I feel like a career that made you feel like a pack mule. Okay? What's happening is, like, this is you showing up as the 8 of Swords, like, not sure what to do, not sure where to go next. not sure how to even navigate this situation, what's being asked of you is to learn some new things, okay? So this is a new cycle. This is a new cycle. So you may have moved out of an old job or something like that. Definitely over. For some of you, this career path is definitely over. Okay, and what may be important to know is you could be dealing with a Sag or a Scorpio who is an entrepreneur. You might be stepping into being more of an entrepreneur because of this. This Five of Pentacles in the outcome says to me that you have definitely turned your back on a financial experience. You could have left behind something that was an old career that you spent, a few years building, or 5 or 10 years maybe, because 5 and 8, this has taken you a long time to build, and this entrepreneurial energy is showing up. So are you wanting to start your own business? Is that what's going on here, Cancer? And I feel like the old situation, why does it keep getting darker? The old situation is definitely about being a pack mule. Okay, so I one time had this production company, and I called it Workhorse Productions. I was definitely the workhorse in that situation. And I was like, oh my God, what have I done to myself? All right, so that does feel a little bit similar to me. I do think you have multiple opportunities, okay? So I don't want you to get too freaked out by this, but let's clarify a little bit. I want to clarify more about the Five of Pentacles. 9 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, 2 of Swords. All right, so 5 of Wands, and then the outcome here is the 6 of Cups. There is an opportunity coming along, but you might get so bogged down by this situation that you're getting out of that's ending. There's an ending here to a career or something. You might want to go and do a little bit of soul searching. You might want to go find a labyrinth. You might want to, I think what's going on here is you don't know what the next step is. All right. You don't know what the next step is. And this King of Wands, let me see over here. This King of Wands energy, let me use this deck, says to me that there's an entrepreneurial opportunity that you could transform into. Clarify the King of Wands here. Is this a person or an energy? Ace of Wands, it's an energy. Ace of Wands, Page of Pentacles again. 9 of Swords, again, Moon. So much fear here. 8 of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. There's a lot of fear about learning something new. Like, I don't want to shift into something new. So let me give you a little advice that doesn't have much to do with this tarot reading. But I'm going to say to you that sometimes when I see things like this, when there's endings and there's like this fear, 9 of Swords and 9 of Swords, there's fear about what the next step is. First of all, as I was saying before the UPS man so rudely interrupted. No, he's not rude. The first thing you might want to look at, like, do some kind of self-care. You might want to do some kind of, walking the labyrinth, like I said, because that has shown up here. I'm going to read you this. Every cycle has a higher opportunity. Now, the second thing I'm going to say to you is, because you don't know what direction, there's a lot of fear here. So I'm going to suggest that you take a look in your own astrology, in your astrological birth chart, and look for your North Node. Some of you know that I do a lot of work on this in my channel. North Node is about your mission and path on this planet. So I've made a video about North Node, and whatever sign it's in, whatever house it's in, that's telling you what's being asked of you here. And usually it has to do with some kind of work. And if you are coming to an untimely end with a career you've had for a long time and like, I don't even know what's next, take a look at that. Take a look at your North Node. I feel like there's a lot of, like la, 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 I don't want to know from this. See, like, covering the ears and like la, 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 I don't want to hear about this. I don't want to, I'm worried. You know, this is middle of the night worry, right? Aw, middle of the night worry. You don't have to be worried, right? You don't have to be worried. You don't have to be alone. Take a look at your North Node, because I feel like this is asking, what's being asked of you here is to learn something new, and your North Node could reveal that. All right, so look that up. It's called a lunar North Node or a North Node, and that is what you're being asked to do. There's two kinds of people in this world. The kind of people who see what their North Node is. The house matters, the sign matters, okay? The house is the part of your life that's most impacted, and the sign is the energy. Okay, so take a look at that. I'll put a card here for those videos so you can go and participate in that for yourself and understand what the next step is. I'm definitely getting that feeling that you might want to do that. Okay. All right. So I'm going to look at Sag, Scorpio. You might be dealing with a Sag or a Scorpio or a Pisces. Okay, Cancerian, you might be dealing with someone like that. That could be the entrepreneur that we're talking about. So let's see where we go. All right, Cancerians, link is below if you want to continue on. I'll go deeper into this and see what I can get about the next step for you. Okay, link is below. I'll see you over there. Oh my goodness, Leo, how are you doing today? This is for you, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let us see where we go. This is the mid-April reading for Leo. What is happening for Leo? All right, any zodiac signs that do show up, I will, there goes a dog, I will check them out in the extended. All right, so let's see where we are. Trust and act accordingly. 3, 2, 1, jump. Oh boy, this is a trust fall, isn't it? Divine Dragon. Oh my goodness. I'll probably read that one to you in a little bit. Let's see where we are. Now this feels like a little bit like taking the tiger by the tail, or you know, there's some new opportunities coming in. I've been talking about this a little bit with the ascension process this summer. Things are really going to start to heat up this heat up, no pun intended, but around your birthday, I feel like there's going to be an opportunity to really grab hold of something new, really fully be in a new place. And I think you don't know how to get there, but I think that it's going to show itself, and you just have to like wait for it. All right, wait for it. That's what's going on for Leo right now. 7 of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Death, 9 of Cups. Oh my goodness. Wheel. Wow. Wheel of Fortune, 10 of Wands, 5 of Wands, and the outcome is the Knight of Wands. Page of Pentacles, you're showing up as this, okay? Leo, this is really about, it is about learning new things, but it's also about what am I embracing now? What am I choosing? Okay? What am I deciding to do that is so transformative right now? It's like right in front of me. You've got the Death card and the Wheel of Fortune here. There definitely feels to me like there's some people around you who are not necessarily good for you. Okay? And I feel like you're learning more about yourself, and you're going to make some decisions that will bring in, you know, a new tribe or a new group of people that really are, look at this. We've got a couple of dragons here, the 5 of Wands. The new people are really, it feels to me like they're lighter and free and more joyful. Like they're not like putting you in this position of taking care of them or something like that. Now we've got a couple of dragons here, and dragons are a mythical creature, as we all know, but let me see. I'm going to read you this Divine Dragon one. And let's see. Whoopsie, come on back here. All right, Divine Dragon. A dragon chooses you. You do not choose the dragon. A dragon's power connects you to your own power from within. To stand sovereign. It's also connected to your root expression of power, fire, even sexual energy, Kundalini rising. You cannot serve the collective without yourself first being alive and ablaze. Allow the dragon's fire of purification to cleanse you. In the East, the dragon was seen as a mythical guardian with influence over all of the elements. In the West, it was seen as a feared fire-breathing serpent because people didn't fully understand the magic and divine wisdom dragons carry. There's an awakening of the dragon archetype now, and you can embody that with this cosmic conversation. Your power is engaged for a purpose, breathing fire when needed. So you have some opportunities ahead. Trust and act accordingly. 3, 2, 1, jump. It's like you're shifting into this new space, choosing differently, choosing the day differently, choosing what you're doing differently. And it has massive impact on you. Okay. Small choices add up to big change. And I feel like you don't know that you're really manifesting a dream here, and it's changing you passionately, powerfully, and moving you away from situations that make you feel like you've got the world on your shoulders or something like that. This is kind of a lightening up energy. Knight of Wands in the outcome position is about moving forward. So let's clarify a little bit here about the transformation that we're seeing. The Wheel of Fortune here also. Oh boy. Like everything's okay, that's what's known as symbolism, that everything wants to come out at once. I think you might find, oh, look at that, raising consciousness. There's the 5 of Wands again, 2 of Cups, and the Strength card. There you are, the Leo. I feel like you're getting into a new place. All right. I feel like you're becoming more powerful. You're embracing your own power. And I think that's a new thing for you, to learn just how powerful you are. All right. Some of you may be taking this divine dragon by the tail and wielding it for your own purposes. Okay. Like, you're in a new place. You're bringing in new partners. You're bringing in joy and happiness and lightening up and everything like that. And like, I do feel like there's people around you who are not going to be all that psyched about that because they're jealous. All right. 7 of Cups here. 4 of Cups, stagnation, Hanged Man, more stagnation, 2 of Wands. You've made a decision. And this decision is a balancing act, all right? A little bit of a balancing act, leaving people behind and new people coming in. I feel like you don't want to just disappoint your existing connections, but you have somewhere to go. And it's time to go, all right? So wait for it. I do see here Scorpio energy. I see Sag. I see Pisces energy, Scorpio, Sag, Pisces, right? And then I see you here in this Leo energy. So I'll look at Scorpio, Sag, and Pisces in the extended, just see where we go. But you're definitely in some kind of transition that is going to feel really empowering. There you go. All right. I'll keep going on this. If this is your reading, there's a link below. I'll see you over there. All right, Virgo, my darlings, this is for you. Let's see what's going on. This is your mid-month update. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What's happening, darling? All right, let's see what's going on. I have been seeing Virgo in a lot of readings that I've been doing. I'm like, all of a sudden, Virgo's showing up everywhere. What's going on with you, my darling? What is going on? Let's see. The universe wants you to co-conspire with it. Is that what it says? No, the universe wants to co-conspire with you. Read the card, Mary Jo. The Phoenix rises into joyful abundance. Oh, this is beautiful energy. Your lighthouse guides you home to the stars. I feel like, Virgo, you're finally going to find your path. All right. And what's being, I think there's a little bit of a misunderstanding that you're waiting for the universe to tell you what to do, but you need to tell the universe what to do. Okay. That's the manifesting manifesto. Okay. You're needing to be in alignment with what you want to create, and then the universe comes in, and there it goes. I sound like Esther Hicks today. I definitely do. But it's going to answer you. All right. I feel like you might finally be in alignment with what you want to create after a long time of not being in alignment. Some of you might be just finding your groove a little bit. All right. So let's see what's happening here. Underneath is the Seven of Swords. Oh, we'll suss that out a little bit. Hang on. All right. Four of Cups. The universe has been trying to bring things in. Four of Cups, King of Cups, High Priestess. This is about listening and aligning with your guides more. King of Cups, aligning with love more. Some of you may have had a water sign that cheated on you. Pisces, Cancer. All right. Two of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Ten of Wands, and the Judgment. Some of you have an air sign that you have let go of. All right, an air sign you have let go of, and instead you've stayed in some kind of connection that has stagnated, okay? And it's possible that for some of you, this is not about going toward an air sign, but about putting down the barriers to really see the truth of what's happening. Two of Pentacles. I've been spending a lot of time still hanging out with someone who's cheating on me. I've still stayed in this Three of Cups energy, even though the universe wants to bring me something new, right? The universe could be bringing you a new water sign, or the universe could be saying to you, if you're in an existing partnership with a water sign that is stagnant, it's time to move on from that. All right. And I feel like that's what the universe is saying. Some of you could be lying to yourself. The Seven of Swords here. I'm going to clarify some things. It's possible this Queen of Swords is your own clarity, but it could be another person going, like, snapping you out of it. Okay? If you have had this dreamy experience with a water sign and you don't see it, you're not seeing it. That something is not kosher with that person. So clarify the Queen of Swords for me. Knight of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, and the Strength card. This person is an air sign or a Sag or a Leo. They're somebody who's very self-assured, has a lot of self-confidence, and they are just kind of reminds me of like an auntie who's just like, hey, don't you see what's going on? It's like they cut right through all of the dreaminess, all of the blurriness, all of the, maybe this person is the love of my life, then they're just not acting like it. Maybe they've got something going on. I feel like this Queen of Swords comes in as like, hey, stop, wake up. All right, we're wasting a lot of time here. And this person is likely like an angel or someone who's sent to you purposefully to be like, bam, bam, bam. Wait. All right. What is this King of Cups? You could feel like they might be a real angel, but let's see. King of Cups, Emperor, Eight of Swords, Page of Swords, and the Hermit card. There's your Virgo energy. I feel like you might be dealing with someone very controlling in a feelings kind of way. I feel like this is holding you back. Someone who is really wanting to dominate you, wanting to hold on to you. And I don't think you see it. I think this Queen of Swords is going to be like, hey, the Emperor has no clothes. Okay? And then like, whoa, all of a sudden, like you see it. This person could speak out of turn. This person could say so innocently, right? Like you meet this Queen of Swords at the grocery store and they're like, oh, I saw your husband playing tennis with this woman the other night. And are they partners? Are you divorced yet? This person looks like, they're a new partner. And you're like, no, we aren't getting a divorce. What are you talking about? So that Queen of Swords heard some stuff, but I feel like that Queen of Swords also heard some stuff. So there's some kind of awareness that this Queen of Swords has that is going to pierce the bubble of your Four of Cups nature right now. Four of Cups is waiting for other people to take action. Feeling stagnant. The Two of Pentacles. Do I stay or do I go? But I feel like you might have shoved that out of your consciousness and you might be lying to yourself a little bit about what's going on. And it's possible that this water sign around you is somebody who is not quite on the up and up. Okay, so this person comes in to pierce your bubble. They come in to pierce your bubble. Clarify the Seven of Swords for me. Six of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, Three of Cups, and the Four of Swords. I feel like your partner this is like a work-wife situation where they have somebody they work with and you're like not seeing it. You don't want to see it, that this person has become a romantic partner or like a significant other, like an emotional affair. This is an emotional affair going on. All right. And I feel like someone is going to come in and wake you up to this fact. Okay. So if this is your story, this doesn't have to be a romantic connection. It can be about your work, or because there's a lot of abundance here. There's a lot of like you stepping into your light. You might be hanging on to a job too long and someone comes along and goes, oh yeah, they're going to lay off a ton of people. And you're like, what? I didn't know about that. So this is a heads up. This is an early warning. It is not happening right now. The only thing that's happening is that you're being made aware of a situation. And now it's up to you what to do with that information. Okay. So let's keep going. I will look at water signs. I see Pisces and Cancer. I see Aries here. I see Sag and Leo here. All right. This person could be an Aquarius. Right. Okay. All right. I'll look at those signs and we'll keep going. All right, Virgo. Link is below if you want to continue on. I'll see you over there. Okay, Libra, what's going on for you? Let's check it out. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for Libra. Let's see what's happening, my darlings. Any zodiac signs that do show up, I'll look at those in the extended, okay? So let's see where we go here. This is mid-April for Libra. Say yes to your open door. I like that. 3, 2, 1, jump. Oh, my goodness. That's my personal story. Your 111-year-old self. So their new opportunities are coming in. 3, 2, 1, jump. I was born at 3:21 a.m. So anytime I see this card, I'm like, oh, that's for me. And I'm a Libra rising. So, you know. Your 111-year-old self. That feels very much like you are finally learning to listen to your guides. You might also have a new guide coming in, someone who is, or on this planet. It doesn't have to be a spirit guide. It can be like a teacher. It's like helping you access your wisdom. Oh, a new deck. Oh, this is the Good Tarot. It's actually called that. It's for those of you who don't know. It's called, let's see, the Good Tarot. It's a new deck, so it's being a little bit challenging to shuffle. So let me do one more here. Eee! I gotta break you in. All right, let's see where we go. Libra. Underneath is the King of Wands, if I can get this going here. Okay. Underneath is the King of Wands. Wow. The World card coming right out the gate, baby. Right out the gate. Oh, these are beautiful cards, aren't they? Anchored by Judgment. So the World card anchored by Judgment. King of Wands is underneath. The Sun card. King of Swords. What's going on, Char? The Queen of Swords. Magician showing up here, anchored by the Magician. Queen of Swords anchored by the Magician. The Fool card anchored by, let's see here, the Nine of Wands. Okay, so this says to me, let's see, I'll put this up here. Don't do that. Lots of opportunities. I feel like you're standing in your creativity. Okay, some of you could have an Aries, Leo, Sag coming in. I do see King and Queen of Swords. So this can be with the Ace of Wands. You could have manifested in this counterpart. All right, King and Queen of Swords are not married. They are, it's like the king and his cousin or something like that. The Queen is not a wife. She's more of an advisor, I think. So what's going on in the world, and you're listening to your own guidance about it. Okay, so the Judgment card is underneath here. The world is being anchored by your own judgment. So what are you choosing? What story are you choosing to tell yourself about what's going on in your life right now? What are you choosing to look at? I feel like you're getting very clear about what makes you happy, what brings you joy. The King of Swords is very clear about things. And then handing it off to the Queen of Swords to manifest, Magician right here, this brand new day. The 3-2-1 jump card is reflected in this Fool card of, taking a leap of faith based on mistakes we've made in the past. So I don't mean that you're doing something that you didn't want to do or that you're doing something that isn't good for you. I mean that now you're smart enough to manifest in a higher vibration. So you're not manifesting a person coming in, a new love, a new job, a new career based in fear or need. You're basing your manifestations, the opportunities that are coming in, you're basing them on wisdom. Okay? You're basing them on wisdom. 3-2-1 jump is the Fool card. Okay? And it makes me feel happy that it's so clear. This is so clear. The Queen of Swords and the King of Swords, super clear. Like, we know, we can see exactly what's going on. We've manifested something based on our happiness and joy and where we want to go. I feel like this Judgment card, I'm going to do some clarification here. I feel like this Judgment card, Judgment is a crossroads. It's a moment in time when you are deciding to jump or not jump. You got a lot of clarity around here, and you're kind of aligning yourself with your happiness and joy. The Judgment card, this is Archangel Gabriel here. Okay? And I feel like this is about like, hey, the universe is speaking very loudly right now, saying, hey, it's time to step into the next phase. We're bringing you lots of opportunities. I said this in the morning message of April 15th. If you want to go look at that video, I'll put a card here for that. Or here, I guess. This is definitely about this year becoming the space between you being able to keep one foot in a very material, maybe a low vibration world and a high vibration world. The gap is widening. So it's going to be harder to do those things. So when you create something, when you create your life, create it out of a high vibration intention. Create it based in joy and happiness, right? You know, like, I love this couch. So it brings me joy every time I see it, right? And it's comfortable and it's a good place to sit, and my people who come to my house love to sit in it. And so it just feels good to me, right? Like that makes me happy. If you're in your 3D life and it's out of like, not necessity. I was going to say necessity, but it's more out of like a fear of loss. If you're creating like a bunker mentality or something like that, I don't know where this is coming from, but if you're creating something that is fear-based, that's more likely to leave than if you're creating something out of joy and happiness. Like, oh, that's a pretty dress, or, oh, that's right. So that's one way of creating your 3D life in a higher vibration. And this summer, as we get towards Lionsgate, get toward July, August, there is going to be a wide chasm now between the people who are choosing higher vibration work, choosing love from a higher vibration, love partners from a higher vibration, choosing. We are choosing. This year's choice. And so Libra, you are all about balance and choice. So this says to me that you're being called on a higher level to choose love, to choose based on clarity, to manifest this new beginning. You may be holding the door for others. All right, you may be holding the door for others. So let me get clarity around the King of Fire. Let's clarify. The King of Wands, Devil energy. Ace of Wands. Oh, wow. Eight of Swords and the Chariot. Capricorn, Cancer. So the pull, okay, so Capricorn and Cancer are opposite each other. And Cancer is ruled by the moon, and Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. So the moon is sort of what your heart truly wants, and Saturn is like what you must do based on the rules that we have. So I feel like some of us are getting inspired to clear away the old boundaries and create new boundaries for ourselves in this higher vibration. That will help us move forward. This King of Wands about taking action, inspired action. That's what's happening here. And I do feel like I love this, the kind of a nod to Libra here with the Queen of Swords, Aquarius with the King of Swords, because this is very much a time of wisdom. Look at that owl she has on her shoulder. Wow. Wow. Because there are going to be some choices that you're going to be asked to make over the course of the next few months. I know this is kind of a bigger reading than, a mid-April reading, but I feel like you're being told, look at the Fool has a French horn and Gabriel has this big horn. It's kind of like, hey, ta-ta, wake up. You have the wisdom now. You have the wisdom now to lead. You have the wisdom now to jump into this new thing, to move over into the higher vibration activity. I like this a lot. So talk to me about the Fool here. Hanged Man, King of Wands again, baby. Two of Wands and the World card again. So I feel like you might have a fire sign coming in. Cancer and Capricorn are career versus home. Like, what am I doing with my life? Career versus home. This is a decision that might need to be made. Some of you are bringing in a new partner, a very dominating? No. A very fiery, powerful partner, okay? And I feel like there needs to be balance. You need to create balance with this person. So some of you may have Aries, Leo, Sag coming in. I'll also look at Cancer and Capricorn. You've got all the air signs here. You've got Leo here. So I'll look at all those in the extended. I'll keep going here, but you have the wisdom to take the next step. And so the universe is trying to show you what the next step is. So let's talk about that in the extended. All right, Libra, the link is below if you want to continue on with me. I'll see you over there. Okay, Scorpio, let's see what's going on for you. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Scorpio, feel free to swap around the energies. As always, I could be talking to a cross watcher. Charlie is milling around, so he may show up. Let's see what's going on for you this weekend. This is mid-April for Scorpio. Deep breath, everybody. Deep breath. All right. Any zodiac signs that do show up, I'll look at them in the extended. You will only see the way by making the way. That hasn't shown up in a couple of days, and I've been really feeling that energy. Cut away what is no longer needed for you. Abso-freaking-lutely. Your effortless effort is fully required. So this is basically about clearing a path for yourself, allowing yourself to not know, allowing yourself to be a little bit unclear about what's going on. But the job is to shine the light. The job is to hold your torch high, shine your light, and cut away those things that are blocking your path. That's how you're going to reveal the path, is to cut away jobs, people, all that kind of stuff. And I don't mean like harshly hacking people off or anything like that. I just mean it's time to move away energetically from things that are keeping you low. Okay, Scorpio, that's a very important thing. All right, we got Libra here, and I do see Sag. So this is like Libra and Sag on either sides of you. This is very much about balancing. All right, very much about balancing. Four of Wands. I'm going to do this. Four of Swords. Two of Wands. The World. Three of Swords. King of Cups. Queen of Cups. Oh, look at that. And the Hermit. So some of you could be dealing with a Libra or a Sag or a Virgo. A Libra or a Sag or a Virgo. And I feel like this is the healing. For some of you watching this, you might have gone through a really tough breakup or a really bad ending to a marriage or something like that. It's time to move on. Okay, it's time to move on from it finally. There's closure here. I've got the World card, Four of Swords and Two of Wands. This is beautiful healing energy, and it's now time to ask for what's next. All right, you're in the final home stretch of this ending. So what's coming out of it is this beautiful wisdom, the Virgo energy there. And I'm going to clarify a little bit here. The Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. Six of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Queen of Swords, Page of Swords. All right, Six of Swords and the Eight of Wands. There might have been, the bad ending might have been around cheating. Okay, and if that's true, I feel like it's time to rebalance yourself. I think there's some stuff that you are holding on to about the end of this. I mean, it feels like you might be the one who was hurt in all of this, the Three of Swords showing up here. And so the Four of Swords, definitely, with the healing. This is a very philosophical way of looking at it. Like, okay, I'm just trying to understand. I'm trying to, get my head around this. You may have gone through the feelings, but I'm sensing here that there's more messages that need to be delivered to you in the end times of this connection that you might be shutting out because it's not that you don't want to dwell. I mean, I'm not really thinking the energy of dwell is here. It's more like, all right, I'm just trying to get my bearings again. I'm just trying to get my, my wind back a little bit here. There's more messages that want to come through that if you kind of, move out of this heartbreak and be more cerebral or philosophical about this connection, there's more to learn here. There's much more to learn. And I do feel that some positive things are coming in because you're listening more. Some of you may be doing a better job at meditating. Meditation may become like your refuge, or that's, really what you're doing to work and heal on things. If that's true, that's good. If you're not doing anything like that, it might be time to do something like that to really get yourself in a healing place, because this does feel like a difficult ending, but you don't need to sit in the feelings of it. This is so much about thinking, right? Thinking. And so meditation is the way to navigate through this. But thinking in terms of philosophy, okay, like what do I believe now about relationships? What do I believe going forward? Knight of Pentacles, Death, there's your Scorpio energy, Page of Pentacles, and the Devil energy. The reason that this was tough is that there definitely was some financial fallout from this. I think you can learn a lot about money and how money is handled from this situation, how you might want to handle money in the future. All right, that could be one of the lessons. The Death and the Devil card here feel to me like you might feel now that if you're done with this connection and you're moving on, there's all this earth energy. So your financial status is going to be transformed if you look closer at what you've learned, right? Look at this. So your effortless effort is required. I'm feeling a little bit here, like if you cut away this negative feeling about the relationship, your financial future will be bright, okay? And it's almost like this person was a drag on your abundance. Wow. Okay. In the extended, Sag, Libra, Capricorn, Virgo. Gonna look at those, okay? Sag, Libra, Capricorn, and Virgo. So cut away anything about old relationships that you're stuck in, because abundance is trying to come in, and that's the block. All right, let's see where we go. Link is below, Scorpio. See you over there. All right, Sag, this is a little mid-April update for you. Let's see what's going on for you. All of the time codes are below, and the videos are time coded. So if you're looking for something other than Sag, you can check that time codes out. All right, let's see what's going on for Saggies. Mid-April update, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for Sag. Synchronicity is a love letter from the universe across time and space. I think that's my favorite card of the deck. Each evolutionary turn requires you to give up who you think you are. It's about releasing ego. The universe. This feels to me like some of you have been holding yourself back, waiting for the universe to tell you what to do next. And the universe is saying, well, you tell me what you want to create and I'll help you do that. And so I feel like now you're kind of getting that. Like it's time. You're like, oh, okay, I'm manifesting. I'm like, this is what I want to create. And I'm supporting that by my movement. The universe is sending you notes, little love letters that things are changing and looking up. Things are looking up for the better. All right, let's see where we go. Little mid-April update for you, Saggies. All right, underneath is the Emperor. There you are, showing up as the Queen of Wands. Could be dealing with an Aries or a Capricorn. Opportunity, Seven of Cups. World, Hierophant. Wow, Ten of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. So this makes me feel that you could have been stuck either in a toxic relationship or in a toxic pattern and not really knowing what to do about it. Okay, so it's sort of like you're just in this kind of wind tunnel and you don't know to go forward, do I go back? Is it longer to go back than just to go forward? Like so much confusion. I feel I'm going to blame this on the Pisces stellium that we've been dealing with the Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces. We've had a ton of planets in Pisces since a little bit ago, and March, I believe. And that really does feel like, do I do this or do I do that? Like, I don't know I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what the thing is. It's just like total confusion. Seven of Cups here. And that's a stuck feeling. Okay, so Saturn here, we've got Saturn and Mars, and we've also had that kind of situation where Mars is like, I want to take action, but Saturn is like driving with the parking brake on. Okay, so you have this beautiful energy of, I want to do things, I want to move forward, fire energy, and you haven't been able to necessarily do that. This does feel to me like you're offloading anything that's been confusing. It feels like you're getting into the clear right now. The World card showing up, and the Hierophant, this is about like tradition. And so if, it's one of those things of like, well, this is how we've always done it, so this is how we're going to do it. Sag, you're innovative. You're creative. And so that's what's being asked of you. So if you're in this confused place about not knowing what's next, part of it is you're needing to innovate. You're needing to learn something new. You're needing to step forward. If this is about relationships for you, I feel like it's possible that some of you have not wanted relationship in your life for a while or have not moved forward in relationship for a while because you don't know what you want. What's happening now in mid-April is we're finally understanding, oh, this is what I'm trying to create. So I'm going to offload anything that's not that. Okay? I'm going to learn some new things about myself. I'm going to learn some things about my own power and my own ability to take steps toward what I want. I'm going to learn about my own manifesting ability. This feels like energy. This feels like you are being inspired, okay, by this mid-April energy, which feels really good. You could be dealing with an Aries, a Capricorn, a Taurus. Okay, this also could be, some of you have held yourself back because of past patterns of relationship. This is a new day. This is a new day. Where we're going is a new day. So I'm going to continue on. If this is your reading and you want to go deeper into this, mid-April, link is below for Sag. I'll see you over there. Otherwise, Capricorn's up next. All right, what's going on with Capricorn? What's going on for you guys? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Feel free to swap around the energies. As always, I could be talking to a cross watcher, so please just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. This could be your moon sign, Capricorn, or your rising sign, Capricorn. Let's see where we go. What is going on for you guys? I just finished the live on Friday. You should go look at the Earth sign live on Friday. It talks about a lot of money coming in, so you might want to go look at that. Say yes to your open door. Indeed. To be enlightened, lighten up. Kind of like that. Galactic grandmother. So ancestors are trying to give you some advice. Lighten up, Francis. All right. There's a little bit of that going on here. And some of you have some new opportunities coming in. You might be a little bit more on the I can't take any new responsibilities. I need to be responsible. Something like that. I need to be just focused on what I've got already. And I feel like there's a new opportunity coming in that you do want to pay attention to. Your ancestors are trying to get your attention. Okay? Capricorn, there's Virgo energy. Knight of Pentacles underneath. You're showing up as the Nine of Wands. Yep, tried and true. Sticking with my the way I used to do it. I'm sticking with it. Lovers. You've got an air sign coming in. Gemini, Aquarius. There's the star. Four of Cups, Fool. Taurus and Virgo showing up here. World. Beautiful energy here, my darling. Okay. So this says to me that you are very good at staying the course, but there's a person that's showing up here and you're going to like throw caution to the wind. Okay. I kind of like this. I don't know that you're breaking commitments or you're breaking promises or anything. I feel like that's your initial reaction is a little bit like, I'm not going to break any of my, anything I have, committed to, right? Like, but I feel like you have been dragged down by some things in your life, and this person is showing up to lighten you up. This feels very bright and light. Gemini, Aquarius, Taurus. Like I said, I see Virgo over here, and I see Cancerian energy here. So some of you are realizing the difference now that this air sign is coming in. You're going to feel very differently about relationships than maybe you did with a water sign or another earth sign. I think this is going to be like, just like, wow, I didn't even know this existed. Right? Like if you've been eating hamburger all of your life and someone gives you Chateaubriand, you're like, what? Where's this been? Or if you're, vegetarian, someone gives you some like amazing food that's just blows your mind. Like, I didn't know you could do this with vegetables. Oh my God. Right? Like that is what we're talking about here. This is going to blow your mind. Galactic grandmother, what are you saying? Two of Wands, Two of Cups, Ace of Wands, King of Cups. I mean, I feel like this person is going to blow your mind. Capricorn, wow. A healing energy. So you're showing up as this Nine of Wands, which is like, this is how I've done it. This is how I always do things. This is just how things are. Okay? The Virgo energy here underneath is basically reinforcing that. Like, this is just how things are. Now, this person comes in, Gemini or an Aquarius. This person's going to blow your mind. Okay, so I do see that there has been some stagnation. There has been some offers, but nothing that's really gotten you up off your butt. This person is different, okay? This situation is different. And, you're going into a whole new world here, all right? The World card showing up. And I mean, stuck in a rut, yeah. But like from a place of, it's almost like you feel like that's what you're supposed to do. Like you feel that this is really what I'm here to do. And I can't deviate from how I'm doing things because this is what I'm here to do. This person shows you a whole new kind of life. All right. They really do. Help me with this Fool energy down here. Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Swords, my goodness, Judgment, Knight of Wands. All right, so if you've been feeling stuck, you're stuck no more. This person is getting you out of yourself, and this is definitely a fated, destined soulmate coming in. This is different than that live reading. That live reading talked about abundance flowing in. This could be seen as that, but this definitely has to do with love flowing in. That's going to be exciting and interesting, and also love, not just sex or not just infatuation. This is about the real thing. Okay, Capricorn? All right, so I'm going to continue on. I see, like I said, Gemini, Aquarius. I feel like this person has a lot of air energy to them. I do see Taurus and Virgo. I see Sag and Pisces here. Cancer. Okay, so that's a lot. I'll look at that in the extended. I will keep going. Makes me feel good that you're closing out this stuck energy and moving into something better. All right, Cap, if you want to continue on with me, there's a link below. I'll see you over there. Well, hey, Aquarius, what's going on with you? How are you doing? This is your mid-April update. So let's see what's happening for Aquarius. This is Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So feel free to swap around the energies. As always, I could be talking to a cross watcher. So let's see where we go here. All right, my darlings, Aquarius. What is happening for Aquarius? Bloom where you're planted. Where you're planted, where you're planted. Find your star family in this cosmic game of hide and seek. That's interesting. Coming soon. Welcome to the ascending age. Uh-oh. I guess someone's coming in. Hi. All right. So this does feel to me like people who you thought were your family may not be the family that you're looking for here. I feel like there might be some reorientation of family for you. And some of you are opening up to this idea that you've created a family that, I don't want to say like isn't your family, but because they are. But this is about a new family. This is about creating a new family or something like that. Yeah, I'm being drawn to you, so I'll use you. Some of you are creating a new family. Some of you could be finally finding your home. Sorry about the light. It's crazy, isn't it? All right, there's something going on here that I hadn't expected, and I think that's it's a little bit of a message too, that there's something going on here that you might not expect. All right, might come out of the blue a little bit. Cancerian energy underneath with the Chariot. Wow, this is really crazy. All right, I'll work with this in a second here. Six of Pentacles, Empress, Page of Wands, Six of Wands, King of Pentacles, the Lovers card, and the Temperance card. So you might be dealing with a Sag or a Gemini, a Taurus or a Libra or a Cancer. That's a lot in just this one little part of the reading to get all these, people showing up. I feel like you have a situation currently that might have been someone kind of breadcrumbing you a little bit, or giving you only a little bit of love, or you're giving only a little bit of love, something like that. And I feel like there's some kind of financial success that's going to make you feel much more self-confident. Okay. Some of you are experiencing this. Now, which one are you? Are you the beggars or are you the rich man? Are you the one who is dealing with a person who's holding all the purse strings? Or are you the one who is taking care of another person who is an empress? Okay. I feel like you might have someone in your life that is a very large presence. Could be a parent. It could be a child. And I feel like there's new inspiration coming in for you here, Aquarius. Page of Wands and this beautiful energy underneath of the Cancerian. And Cancer is the energy of home and hearth. So this bloom where you're planeted thing makes me feel, let me read that. Let me read that to you. Okay. I'll quickly read that to you because that does feel, you're finding your star family and you're not, I don't know, it's like a new thing. You are in exactly the perfect place. It may seem difficult to be on Earth during these accelerated times of learning. You may long for your place in the stars as you gaze in the night sky, but you were brought to Earth for a definite reason. In fact, you picked it, even if you don't remember why. Embrace being part of and literally grown from this planet for the next collective evolution. Bloom where you're planted and bloom where you're planeted. So the journal prompt for you is, what is the inside job I can do to create a greater impact in the world exactly where I am already through my profession, business, community, neighborhood? So some of you may be feeling like this isn't where I'm supposed to be, or I need to move or something like that. I almost feel like that's not true. It's more about growing the existing connections that you have. Some of you may be planting yourselves and turning from the beggar into the rich man here, right? Becoming the King of Pentacles, overcoming this situation. This is an out of balance situation that you find yourself in right now. And that may be why you feel like you don't belong there. Okay. Gemini, Sag, Taurus, Libra, Cancer. So you're overcoming this out of balance situation by dealing with your financial situation. So something you have started to grow will really grow. It's going to be a very powerful thing. It could be a business. It could be money that you've invested. You could have, built a house. You could have started a garden. Any number of things. And what's happening here, the Temperance outcome card is really about creating balance in your life. These are two cards of balance. And so whatever's out of balance in your life, I feel like this Venus energy here, this is the situation. So the Empress is like, are you serving the Empress or are you the Empress? And that has been the situation up until now, where if you are the Empress, it may get flipped to where you're serving an Empress, and vice versa. If you're feeling like you've always been serving someone, gets flipped around and now you're being served. Someone is taking care of you. Someone is bringing in good luck, high vibration. This just feels like, if you feel like you've been sucking mud for a while, this is a good transformation, okay? I want to clarify more about the King of Pentacles. King of Cups, Knight of Swords, High Priestess, and the Six of Swords. This is a person on your path who is connected to you. And I feel like there's a deep heart connection here. This person could be that Cancer energy, King of Cups and the High Priestess. This person is really going to help you move forward. All right. That King of Pentacles, there's something here about shifting, changing the game of what's going on. Clarify the Temperance card for me. Four of Wands, 10 of Wands, 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups. All right, so we're shifting from a current situation that you're like the pack mule into a situation that's much more balanced. So let's see where we go. I will look at all those signs. I will look at Cancer, Taurus, Libra, Gemini, Sag. Okay? Okay. All right, Aquarius, link is below if you want to continue on. I'll see you over there. All right, Pisces, what's going on for you, my darlings? Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus? What is happening for Pisces? This is the mid-April reading for you. Your 111-year-old self. Polish your mirror for perfect clarity. Wow, you're teaching yourself. Coming soon, welcome to the new ascending age. So as we're getting into summer, I know it's spring still, but I feel like this has to do with really accessing your inner wisdom, your guides, and your own wisdom, not seeking outside guidance too much. This is really about opening up to your innate knowledge. It can also be your own past lives showing up. Something like that, past lives showing up. I'm doing a numerology class on the 19th of April, and that does feel to me meaningful with this 111, and there's 3 ones there. I mean, there's just something here about numerologically speaking to me that like you really are yourself times 3, or that's what's coming here. All right, that's what's coming. Pisces, what's going on? Yep, transformation. The Death card showing up, moving toward this beautiful 10 of Cups energy. Be patient, okay? Be patient. Wow. You are really in the midst of some kind of shift. 5 of Wands, so wheel, 5 of Wands, Temperance energy. 9 of Cups, look at you. 7 of Wands, 4 of Swords. Outcome is the Devil card. Can't leave that alone. Okay. There is a big change coming here. All right, so the Death card and the Wheel. I feel like you're kind of like, I don't know how to be in this energy. I don't know. Like, how, am I supposed to be this way? Am I supposed to be that way? And I feel like there's this internal struggle of how to be. All right. So you might be inordinately influenced by other people. There might be a lot of people trying to like tell you what to do or whatever. This is really your internal guidance is going to be the right thing. So don't be paying so much attention to other people that are showing up, that are trying to talk you out of something or talk you into something. The Temperance card here makes me feel like your job is to just not resist people, because I think that's a lack of healing. This is more about, okay, so people are showing up. I'm going to look at this differently. I'm going to see how these people are showing up to me, and I'm going to look at my own self and how I'm feeling with these people, and that's the guidance I need. How am I feeling in relationship to this person or these other people? And I'm going to follow it more than I have been. There is like a jewel in the midst of anarchy. Not anarchy, just shifted energy that feels different to you. It is about you being a little bit more patient. I mean, patient, yes, but also kind of like understanding why other people are doing what they're doing. I think you're seeing the bigger picture, that other people are coming into your life and this person has drama, this person has, their situation and everything like that. Instead of getting tossed around by it, I feel like you're kind of seeing the wisdom of like the tapestry, the puzzle pieces are all kind of falling together. Like you're seeing why this person is in my life and what is happening with this person and why is it impacting me. There's so much going on around you. Pay attention inside. All right. Inside. How are you feeling about this? What's going on with this? It's really about, instead of resisting people, it's about knowing how you want to respond to them or how you want to be with them. You don't have to get stuck anymore. You don't have to do that. These are gifts. This is definitely a gift coming in. Definitely a gift coming in. And I feel like it's preparing you for something bigger. I just saw 111 on the clock. It's preparing you for something bigger. So having patience with other people, having patience with situations, and trying to see the bigger picture here is really what's being asked of you. Okay? You are getting a gifty because you're doing this. This is part of your ascension process, to not kind of see things in a vacuum or as one-off experiences. You're kind of seeing how other people are influencing you, and you're coming out stronger because of that. It's no longer working on you or weighing on you. You see the game. You see the game. That's pretty cool. So you could be dealing with a Scorpio, a Sag, or a Capricorn. Okay, so let's see where we go with this. There's definitely something that wants to come in that you have been manifesting, and I feel like other people are trying to knock you off your game a little bit. So let's see where we go with this, okay, Pisces? All right, my darling. Link is below if you want to continue on with me. Don't let them knock you off your game. I'll see you over there. Hey, Aries. It is your turn, finally. All right, let's see where we go. This is Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Feel free to swap around the energies. As always, I could be talking to a cross watcher. So let's see where we go here for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Deep breath, everybody. Deep breath. All right. I am a galactic star seed blooming. I like that. Ooh, the ancestors showing up. Wow. That's beautiful. Thus one journeys to the stars. Very much lots of star seed energy here. Connections to ancestors. What deck do I want to use? I think I'll use this. This is the Good Tarot. I haven't used this in a while. This is a brand new, as you can tell, brand new deck. The Good Tarot. I had a couple of these Good Tarot decks, and I ended up losing a card or two, so you can't use them after that. So I bought a new one. So here we are. You're the first recipient. I think you're the first recipient. I might have used them the other day, but let's see. One of the first. How about that? All right, Aries. Ten of Cups underneath. That is my favorite Ten of Cups card. The Laughing Buddha. Oh, that's beautiful energy. Look at you. Showing up as the star. Wow. Queen of Cups. Four of Wands. You could be dealing with an Aquarius or a Cancerian. Five of Wands, King of Wands, Temperance, so Sagittarius here too. Three of Wands. Some of you may have a choice to make here. Water sign. I feel like you're the energy of Aquarius. This star card, the energy of Aquarius is, I feel like you have to make a choice. You're feeling like you have to make a choice. This is a relationship reading, 10 of Cups underneath. All right, so there's a little bit of conflict here about what do I truly want? What will make me happy? What will be the right thing for me? And I just feel like you have this beautiful, joyful energy of, I really want love, but there's, other people's way of being may be resisting. All right. The other person may be resisting. This Sag energy, all right, could be resisting. Three of Wands and Four of Wands is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So what is this about? Why is this so much resistance here? That Five of Wands. Clarify the Five of Wands. Two of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. Okay, Ace of Wands. All right, so I feel like there's some resistance here because there is a choice. There's likely a choice between, this person or that person, or being single or being, married or something like that. There's some big choice here. And I feel like there's cold feet. I feel like someone just dug in their heels, like, You think it's going along fine. We're going down this road together, and you start talking about, next summer let's do this and everything, and the person just gets a little bit cold feet. Some of you are, I get the King and Queen of Wands here. If you're dealing with an air sign, I feel like they feel their problem is, like, I like being free. I like doing my own thing. I like being joyful. I like hanging out by myself and with my friends. And I don't know that the air sign really has commitment on their mind. The other fire sign, like if this is you, King of Wands, this is Queen of Wands, I almost feel like they get into relationships really fast. They jump in, and then they think later. Okay, there's this sense of like, oh, should I be doing this? I feel like this particular Sag, it's probably a Sag because the Temperance card here, just needs to balance themselves, just needs to be a little less impulsive, okay? And you might be freaked out by that because you're thinking things are going along fine. And, it's this person's job or lesson right now to be a little less impulsive. So you may feel like they're pulling away from you, but they're really not. They're just trying not to be so fool energy, okay? They're trying not to jump in so quickly. And it's okay. Like it's not a real negative thing. It's not about you. Not about you. But it sure feels like that, okay? It can sure feel like that. This Temperance energy. Yes, 5 of Wands, 9 of Wands, Tower, and the Emperor. Okay, so there you are, Aries. All the way back full circle. Aries energy coming in here. And it's like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm going to move forward how I want to move forward. There's other people, 5 of Wands, telling me what to do. This showed up in the Pisces reading, where I'm focused on happiness and love. And so I'm not going to make decisions or make choices right now that are blocking me into a corner. Okay, I feel like there might be a lot of opportunity for you, and I also feel like the Pisces reading was a lot about you trusting yourself, and I think that's true. I think there might be multiple people showing up for you, Aries. Now, Aries, you might be walking away from one type of love that's very watery, that's very nurturing, kind of motherly. I'm getting, and now this is like hot passion. It's a different feel. And it's like, how do I even assess this? Okay. So 3, 4, 5 of Wands. There's definitely some other people here. And I feel like you're blowing up what you would normally do. This is different. This is different than what you would normally expect of a love relationship. You might have attracted so many nurturing kind of mother, father types of experiences. And this feels to me like you're all of a sudden, it's like pretty hot. This is pretty hot, okay? I know you're a fire sign, but this is definitely like, wow, this is, we got to put the brakes on. I can't, we're jumping in too quickly. Like this feels a little overwhelmingly passionate. All right, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This person could come out of the blue. They could be part of a friend circle of yours or colleagues or something like that coming out of the blue. And I just feel like you might you're tempering your response because this is hot. Everything you've been through before has been, sweet and kind and nurturing and could even be mother or father energy. This is sexual energy coming at you. It's coming at you, baby. All right, we're going to continue on. Definitely Sag or a Leo here. So I will look at that. Sag or Leo. I think you're leaving behind maybe a water sign or an air sign. Too cool. Too cool for school. Okay. All right, let's see where we go. All right. Link is below, Aries. I'll see you over there.